Welcome to the iGuide Career Planning Toolkit of Resources. We are so glad you could join us. This video will focus on job retention strategies which reduce employee turnover. Let's get started. Successful employee retention involves strategic actions to retain employees' motivation and focus so that they elect to keep employed and fully productive for the benefit of the organization. Let's define which factors usually provoke employee turnover. The most common is dissatisfaction. Frequently, it reflects in loss in motivation, lack of interest, frustration, poor productivity, absenteeism. It may also be caused by limited career growth, indifferent attitude amongst the colleagues, etc. The second most frequent reason is employees seek of better alternatives. This reason is actually based on a kind of dissatisfaction because we always strive to develop opportunities and the quality of the work environment. Therefore, in practice, distinguish four types of the employee turnover. First, voluntary turnover. This way of turnover occurs when an employee wishes to leave the company voluntarily. The second is involuntary turnover. This most likely happens through termination or firing or wider spread layoffs. As a third reason, defining undesirable turnover, and fourth, desirable turnover. For example, an employee whose performance falls below the expectations of the companies is replaced by someone whose performance meets or exceeds expectations. Conversely, undesirable turnover means the company is losing employees whose performance, skills, and qualifications are important resources. Now, after we defined causes of employee turnover, we prepare to learn about effective strategies which will reduce employee turnover. Those strategies may apply to both employees and employers. The first strategy is to establish clear expectations and policies. In discussing performance expectations, an employee should understand the clear mission of his or her position and how the job's responsibilities link to the organisation and department's objectives. The range of performance expectations can be broad, but can generally be broken into two categories. 1. Results, and 2. Actions and behaviours. 1. The goods and services produced by an employee, often measured by objectives and standards, and 2. The methods and means used to make a product and the behaviours and values demonstrated during this process. Actions and behaviours can be measured through performance dimensions. The second strategy for job retention foresees providing more feedback and appreciation. Positive feedbacks for employees, remaining motivation foster to come up with their best work. To ensure you receive valuable feedback from an employee engagement survey, please communicate your plans with your team in advance. The third strategy is to sustain a culture of open communication. Positive workplace culture can create a healthy and productive work environment, while a negative one will produce a less than desirable opposite effect. The fourth powerful strategy is to reward your quality work and performance. It means that workers should be able to clearly associate the reward to accomplishments. Are you agreeing that the most fulfilling for employees is to be able to do useful work? For that, you need to get to use action planning tools to achieve the strategic goals of the organisation efficiently. The fifth important strategy is to create a career growth plan. Everyone wants to move up the corporate ladder. You will either look out for ways to improve within the company you are working for, or seek for another that looks out for your career growth. The sixth strategy we will propose is the value of work-life balance. Usually, employees who feel like their work expectations impact their personal life are more likely to pursue alternative jobs. Many of the employees may be desperate to achieve a better work-life balance. However, others may feel satisfied with the time they are spending working. The seventh, not least strategy proposes to review what you have done and act on the results. Create an efficient system of your further steps. People find the greatest enjoyment when they're absorbed in a mindful challenge. Congratulations on completing today's lesson. For more lessons, please log on to the iGuide project